I start my workday. I love connecting with you, putting it out into the universe, what we want for our future, what our intention is for this week, for this day, for this summer. I absolutely get energized talking about this stuff. So I had to create it. I had to create a space where we can talk about our hopes and dreams and goals and the things we want for our future and get comfortable speaking about that. It's very easy to get caught up in complaints. I notice that myself. I notice that it's much easier for people to talk about what's going wrong in their lives than what they want for the future, what they're working on, what their hopes and dreams and goals are. And I want us to reverse that. I want us to get comfortable speaking about the good things, what we're learning. Did you learn a great quote? Did you hear something, a story that can help others? Let's put it out and share it. There's nothing more energizing. Oops. There's nothing more energizing than sharing information that can help others, sharing words, offering kindness, offering a tip or suggestion that someone else goes, "Oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way." Or, "Wow, what a great idea. I'm going to try that." Some of my most favorite people that I've ever listened to are the ones that helped me see something in a new, helpful perspective, a new insight, a way of thinking, a way of being. Those people, those thought leaders that I listened to and was open to hearing and learning from, those are the people I admire most. It's not celebrities and famous people and people with the biggest houses and the fanciest cars. Um, I know very well that that doesn't necessarily equal happiness or fulfillment. And that's what I think freedom and wealth is: happiness, fulfillment, choosing where you are at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. That's what happiness and real wealth looks like. Maybe that's what we should talk about today. What does real wealth look like to you? What does success look like to you? Hi. We got Super R and Me Joel says hi. We got Sri Lankan Raj Malik. I hope I'm saying, or Mike, I hope I'm saying your name right. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. We got E Rides says hi. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. Rupali says hi. Nak says hi, or Niki says hi. Again, I apologize if I'm butchering your names. That's not my intention here. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada at 7:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to read your name and I want to read what you want for your future. That's what I like doing here on this channel. Andy Saputra says hi. Wow, we got lots of hellos here. Rabin, I'm a boy. Okay, Rush, thank you. Where are you from? Is it Mr. Egan says, my name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. I like jumping on live streams before I start my workday and talk about or share, read your name. I give everyone a voice. I read everyone's name and comments. And I'm here from Ontario, Canada. We got Rabin from the Philippines. Do you believe in tarot? I'm not sure. I'm from Canada, reporting live. Before I start my workday, I want to encourage people to use the internet for good. I want to encourage people to get comfortable speaking into existence what they want for their future, what your hopes and dreams and goals are. Where do you want to travel? What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of love story do you want to have? I've noticed that people get so caught up in complaining about their lives. I find myself in rooms where often the conversation is just kind of sharing terrible stories about what's going on in life. And I want to do something different here. I want to create meaningful conversations, meaningful discussions where we talk about the good things that are either going on in our life or what we want going on in our life or what our goals are, what actionable steps, if you have a quote, something you learned. And again, I'm not an expert here, folks. I'm just a person kind of, I'm like a mediator. I'm the in between guy, just sharing what you write here on this channel. What do you think about India? I love Indian people. My mom is from Guyana. So I imagine somewhere down the line, her ancestors are from India. I love all people. Is it nighttime? Oh, it's nighttime in the Philippines. Tarlac. Oh, that's so cool. Give me advice for successful in my life, Rupi says. Listen, I think the things, and again, I'm not an expert, and it's not necessarily advice. I'm just sharing what I think here on the internet. I think if you have access to the internet, if you have access to Wi-Fi, you can use it to learn different skills that you're interested in. If you want to learn a language, if you want to learn about marketing, communication skills, editing, you name it, sales, whatever skills you want to learn about, you could actually use the internet to start teaching yourself that and gain more confidence. I think the internet can be used for some amazing things, but sometimes we're wasting it. We're doom scrolling and just reading and listening to whatever the algorithm feeds to us. Use your algorithm to teach yourself something. Use your feed to feed your mind. That's what Dan Martell says. What do you think about China? Sahad says, again, I love all people. I haven't been to China or India. So, what you'll notice is that I'm a very neutral person. I don't think a lot about those types of things. I think more about what I can do to make my life better. What can I do to help others? What can I do to have a fulfilling life that's impactful? What can I do to improve my skill set so I can make more money and become more valuable? Those are the types of things that I think about and talk about, not necessarily, people and stuff like that. Oh, Rupa says, I want peace. That's beautiful. I love that you wrote that. Thank you for saying that. Let's put that out into the universe. We want peace for people, mental peace, physical peace, world peace, all of it. I love that you wrote that. Thank you. I want to learn excellent English with an accent just like you. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. When I was trying to teach my son French, I used to use YouTube and let him watch like television shows or cartoons in French. So, sometimes starting with just watching English shows and watching how they move their lips can help you enunciate and pronounce um, English well. So good for you. What a beautiful goal. I love that you wrote that. Thank you for being open and honest and sharing what you actually want to do. Let's see, I've been in an airplane 27 times, no crashing, Raven says. Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. They say that air travel is safer than traveling in a vehicle, they say. So, again, I'm no expert. Let's see. Shadev says, I think you don't love nationality. That's why you love humanity. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I love humanity. And I do, again, have moments where people are annoying and people frustrate me. I have all those moments too. It's not like all day long I'm sitting in joy and peace. But for the most part, I understand that people are struggling, people are hurting. Sometimes they say mean things because they're hurt. So I don't let anybody's mean comments affect me here on this channel. And I show people in real time that words are just words. They don't have to hurt us unless we allow them to, right? So that's why I'm here on this YouTube live stream to encourage people to use the internet for good, use it to teach yourself stuff. If you have a quote or advice you learned from your grandma, something that you learned that you think can be helpful for others, type it in the chat. I've noticed on live stream, people will spend their time typing in the chat random things, sometimes really mean and hurtful things, instead of using the opportunity to say something good and positive. And what we don't realize is life is a mirror of ourselves, folks. When you put out good and kindness and you're forgiving and you let things go and you help people, or if you see an opportunity, you give it to somebody, when you do that, you'll notice that life reflects all of that right back to you. People will start doing that for you. People will show you kindness. People will give you an opportunity. People will smile and want to help you. If you offer that to others, it will reflect back. But if you use the internet to look for reasons why you don't like other people or everyone's stupid, and you just keep feeding yourself content that makes you angry and hateful and resentful, you'll notice a lot of anger, feelings of resentment, and hate towards others. It'll just reflect it right back to you. So, I don't know what to say sometimes. I just feel like we are the cause and the solution to our own problems. Rabin says, I like your English accent. Thank you. My name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. I didn't even think I had an accent, but I guess you're right. There's different Canadian and different English accents across the board. You're right. Rabin says, I'm 30 years old, and when I was 5 years old, I speak like your accent. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really, really cool. I wish I knew another language. I do think people that speak other languages, they're a little bit smarter, right? So I wish I knew another language, and it's not too late. I could learn one for sure. There's so many things I want to learn right now that I'm working on. So it's interesting to try to balance out your free time to get it all done and still take care of your home, take care of your family. I do extra work in my personal time. It's an interesting life. Let's see. Is it Mr. Egan says India? They have many groups. They all fight for this, but I choose middle way, neutral. Yes, because all parties do corruption and make us fight with each other. That's unfortunate. I think the fighting amongst people is really, really sad. I do think we have more in common with other humans than we have reasons to be divided. And I do think it's up to us to look for that. I'm not sure if the world, if the news, if things are promoting um, understanding one another. So we have to do it. We have to promote it. And I love that you wrote that you stay neutral. I think neutral's a really great place. I also think that we don't have to have an opinion on everything. People come to me with, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about the red or the blue or, all these political things? And I'm quite comfortable saying that I don't know a lot about it. And I'm not spending my energy and time focused on that. So, hey, Lauren's here. Lauren, I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope that your good weather there in the UK is continuing. I love seeing your name. I love seeing this. I've got it on my desk here. Right? Yes. I was just saying that we've got a viewer here that was saying that they're more neutral. Each party has different corruptions, and perhaps they feel like they're living in a place where fighting amongst each other is encouraged, and these differences of opinions, and we feel like people have to think like us, act like us, do what we do. So I love it when you're here, Lauren. Oh, I'm out in the sun with Julian. It's 29 degrees, and soon we'll be going shopping for some summer clothes. Oh, Lauren, I love that. I love, love, love that. It's funny that you mentioned that. Hey, Mr. Friend's here too. Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Friend says to all of us. Likewise, Mr. Friend, I know that it's 29 degrees today. See, Lauren's here as well. And she told me you guys are continuing to have beautiful weather. I'm so, so happy for you. That's beautiful. Can you tell some good and bad points of education system in Canada? Mr. Egan says. I think like anything in our education system, um, I do feel like there's a lot of topics that we don't cover. I think that school should be covering about the mind and the brain and how it works and the different components and how we can train our mind to notice opportunities, to be more effective, to become solutions focused. I would love it if the school system taught that. I would love it if the school system really talked more about using the internet for good, social media, and setting boundaries, all of that stuff, and really being mindful because I do see it in young people. They are just glued to their phone and older people too, I notice. I mean, they can't even walk down the street without looking at their phone while they're walking. Um, so I wish that we talked more about the things that impact us every day in life at school, as opposed to memorizing facts and history and things. Of course, those things are important ish, but we really need to learn about what's going to make an effective, happy, fulfilling life. And I think that might be missing, but I haven't been in school for a while. I'm 45. Yes, Mr. Friend says, yes, very nice weather. Mr. Friend says, I believe in Finland, they have very different education system, not exam focused. I believe so too. It's my understanding that they're thriving out there. Some of the happiest people, maybe less consumerism, less of this sort of mansions and private jets and all of this stuff that really does become an illusion. It really does become an illusion. Some of these same things that people think we need to buy to show success and prosperity is in the wrong direction. They're focused on the wrong things. So thank you for sharing that. In India, till now, we have used to cramp things. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Randy says rebels like to pretend to be good people, but the truth is, no one is good but Jesus. We all sin and are slaves of sin until we accept the freedom that's only found in Christ to make us new, Randy says. Randy, thank you for being here. I'm not sure if I've seen your name before. I appreciate your feedback. We read everyone's name and comment on this channel. We love hearing different people's perspectives. On this channel, we allow people to believe and think and experience whatever they are experiencing, and we share it here openly. I definitely think there's a lot of good people in the world. And I also think that we do all sin. So I definitely agree with you on that part. But I do feel that Jesus Christ, God, whatever you believe in, is a very forgiving and loving God. And he wants us to thrive. And he wants us to have good intentions towards others and use whatever ability and means and intentions that we have to be good and serve others. He wants us to put it out there. And it doesn't have to be public, doesn't have to be live streaming, right? Doesn't have to be that. But I think humans have a lot of good in them. So thank you for being here. Like I said, everybody's name and comment gets read on this channel until I can't do it anymore. Sometimes on the weekends, the comments go too quickly and I can't do it anymore. But my goal is to give everyone a voice here and everyone a perspective. Mr. Francis Robin, if you could do anything, if you didn't have to work, what would you do in your life? I love that you asked me that because I've been reflecting on that a lot lately. I've been listening to different things and they ask me that same question. And I happen to be doing something when that part of the question comes up that I would be doing anyway, even if I had all the resources in the world. I was at the gym with my husband and I was listening to something motivational and it was like, visualize yourself doing, what would you be doing in this exact moment? And I was like, I'd probably be at the gym with my husband if I had that freedom. I'm not sure how different my life would look. I'd like to travel to better places. I'd like to give better gifts, like really nice gifts to people. And I would like the freedom to be wherever I want during the workday, the freedom to create and express myself and use those creations in the service of others. It's pretty interesting. I don't want a private jet. I don't want a mansion, but I want to be able to afford those things, but I don't want those things. So it's interesting. I love that you asked that. What would you do with your life? What a beautiful question, Mr. Friend. Folks, what would you do with your life if money wasn't an object? Some people think they want to just be rich so they could fly around and shop all day. I can promise you, you'd get sick of that real quick. Um, you want something fulfilling. You want a goal. You want to work on a project, something that's exciting. Is this Canada? William says, yes, my name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. Mr. Egan says, I think we have to follow one God at least. Whether they say Jesus, Allah, Bhagwan, I apologize if I mispronounce it, so that you have to fear before doing any sin and you don't do it. Oh, okay, that's an interesting perspective. I do think, you see, the word fear I struggle with, but a conscience, you have to have a conscience so you don't want to do those bad things. So that I definitely agree with. And yeah, maybe people need to have a higher power thinking like, hey, if I do something, this sin, if I'm considering doing this, I don't want to do that because I want to be in good standing with a higher power. Yeah, that's absolutely an interesting way to look at it. I think that we should have a conscience, absolutely. And if we're about to do something that we know isn't good, it should be our own conscience that says, oh, don't do that. You're not going to feel good about yourself. And if you knew that everything we do and say is reflected back to us in the world, we probably wouldn't do it. Let's see. Mr. Egan says, oh, I noticed your eye color. Oh, they are very beautiful. Thank you for your kindness. I appreciate you being here. Mr. Friend says, I want to help others. I'm not materialistic. In fact, I would have less material things in life. Yes. I believe happiness and freedom come from challenges. Yes, not items. Absolutely. I agree with you. I find that having too many things to care about, too many things to worry about, to fix, to have, to own, to tidy, it's actually causing more stress than anything. I agree with you 100%. And I know I'm not a materialistic person. And I do want less personal belongings. It's interesting that you wrote that. I love that. I want to help others. Likewise, Mr. Friend. I think that's the most fulfilling. Using your gifts, using your past experiences, using things that went wrong in your life in a way to service others, using the mistakes you made and maybe some of the shame, like, oh man, I did some terrible things when I was younger, or I used to think this and it didn't serve me well, and I've learned from it. And sharing those stories with other people, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's really beautiful. And it doesn't have to be public, it could be just with other friends. I love that. Mr. Egan says, "You were very good. Ah, you are so good. Thank you." And again, I make mistakes too. I just have good intentions. I have good intentions towards others. So, I gotta go to my real job. That's where things get serious, folks. Hey, look at that. Jay says, "How's life, my dear? Like and subscribe," or like and unsubscribed. Oh no. I hope you do like and subscribe. I hope you do find some value here. I hope you do use the internet for good and know that whatever you believe for your future, whatever you expect out of your own life, will be what you experience. So high expectations for yourself. Take care. Have a great day, Mr. Friend says. Likewise to you and to all of you. Whatever you expect will come true. Thank you. Oh, like and subscribe. Hee hee. Auto typed. Oh, thanks, Jay. I'm glad I got to read that before I go on to my real job. I am wishing you an incredible week, folks. Remember, please remember, whatever you expect out of life, whatever you believe to be true, will be true for you. So believe that anything's possible. You can learn anything, you could do anything, and you can make this a really great life at any age, at any time. I promise you. I'm doing it for myself, and